I just noticed a little bit of moss there and said I'd take a picture of it. The whole universe could be described through that little bit of moss. But it's the fall of the year and time is going by. Little things have big meanings. Anyhow, enjoy for a second. Well, my lord, it's a well-known fact that an army can conquer an army, but an army cannot conquer a people. This I believe to be true. I believe our best policy is to conquer their army and make peace with the people. We'll allow them to govern themselves. They will feel like they're free people. We'll only have to protect them. Their success will be our success. We will get the taxes. I believe this to be the wisest policy to follow, my lord. For as I say, an army can conquer an army, but an army cannot conquer a people. I believe this to be the truth, my lord. It's a wise policy. Take care. Okay, so we're going to continue on with using the hand quiver and using the corner of the mouth as a anchor point, holding the arrows on the feather so we have a lot of space to put the knock on. And it works fairly good. I don't find it practical for more than 3 arrows. Beyond that, they start getting in the way of each other. But 3 is a practical number. Don't forget to let the pressure hang from your elbow. So I guess the sun is pretty bright over that way, isn't it? I'll move it to the side. Anyhow, here's another plastic knock, and I simply took a hair dryer and heated it up with the hair dryer and pushed the little file that I was using to file the wood ones in, and that made may open it up so that it's fairly quick to do. Okay. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. Seeing that you want to be a Viking, I'll tell you what it's all about. An army can beat an army, but an army cannot beat a people. So we are going to destroy their army. We're going to make peace with the people. We'll allow the people to govern themselves. Then they'll feel that they're empowered. They will be successful. And in that, by protecting them, we will be successful. So be good to the people. Make peace with the people. Let them govern themselves, and they will give you an empire. Okay? Food for thought, my boys. Now, we took a few shots, and there was the hits. Anyhow, we'll be back in a little while. Think about it. Have fun. Bye now. Okay, now, so we'll take a couple of shots and talk about a touchy subject. Touching and not touching. Do I touch or don't I touch? Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. So it's a very touchy subject that we're going to discuss. Okay. You always often hear me saying that I don't anchor. I let the anchor float. Well, you know, I do and I don't. Right now, I'm showing you how to use the corner of your mouth, a standard anchor. Everybody's got one. So, what I'm doing, you know, is I keep that tip right on, and I get back here with the relaxed arm, and I just look, I ask myself, where's it pointing? And it's often maybe pointing off to the side a little bit, and I just relax my fingers so it goes straight, you know? Just relax them. And I don't do a big round draw, you know, in, like rotational draw, okay? It's much tighter than that, because the rotational draw, you see, is going 90 degrees to the direction that you want the arrow to go. So it's a sideways movement. When I relax my fingers, I'm hanging from that elbow. It's not really affecting it that way, but you do not need this kind of movement. Now, as far as my anchor, I'd say, you know, I can, if my head is on the right angle, I can sort of feel it, but it's not in there, you know? It's just sort of there. You see, that's backwards pressure. It's not sideways. Also, if I'm not touching, I can adjust my fingers. But if you're touching, you can't. It's solid. Okay? So I get back there, and I'm just touching but not touching. So close. And sometimes if my head's in, let's say, not quite the right spot, yeah, I touch. But my intention is not trying to touch. It's getting that arrow straight. You know, that's what it's all about. Anyhow, that's a little hint on shooting, and because let's face it, we can't always be talking about Viking. We've got to hit the target once in a while. Okay, guys, go have some fun. Take care. Oh, my friends, we sure like to romanticize Viking. a lot of history to do with it, you know. And I'll tell you something. Our ancestors, they were real people. They had to have a piss and a shit every day or they didn't feel good. And drinking mead's okay, but you can't row a boat and drink mead at the same time. You know? So there's a lot of romantic stuff, you know, about the berserker standing there in the bear jacket going, ah! You know, when these guys go, ah! I fucking hate it. Excuse my language. Once in a while I act like a Viking. But nonsense, you know. The truth is that tens of thousands of Northmen got killed fighting. Down there in Anglia, they cut 70 of our heads off. We weren't welcome. Down the southern coast of France, they did the same thing. Hung about 1,200 of us. And that just won't do. It's a very costly business. There's rune stones all over Sweden and Norway of sons and brothers that didn't come home. Down in Latvia, they found a boat, 38 men on board under their shields, arrows in the planks. They were fighting. They lost. There was another 2 at the head of the boat, most likely the captain. Right beside it there was another boat with 7 men. They were buried sitting up at their oars with their shields and weapons. They were buried by their friends. That's why they had shields and weapons. It's a very costly business. And in the end, there was a lot of mothers and fathers who weren't happy that their sons did not come home. Okay? So that's another little reality check about our ancestors and Viking. Okay, anyhow, let's check out a target here and stop talking for a while. But because of all that fighting and killing, that's why you had to be able to do this. No do this, no come home. You guys have some fun. Okay, so there we are taking a few shots. It's starting to get dark, and instead of talking and stuff, I just thought I'd have a bit of fun, you know, because it's all blah blah talk, and this is what you do, and that's what you do, and stuff like that. Anyhow, I'm closing up my day, and this is what we did. You know, it's not all work and hard play. It's okay to have a bit of fun. Shoot at a great big target. When you have a big target like that, it's hard to miss. Okay, guys. Have fun. Talk to you later. Bye now.